going to see the aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acid. That is, next lesson we are going to see, that is aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. Aldehyde, ketones and carboxylic acids. Aldehyde, what is aldehyde? To a carbonyl group, that is a carbonyl group is bonded to carbon. Carbon means alkyl. Carbon means alkyl and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen. So carbon and hydrogen. So carbonyl group is nothing but C double bond O, R and H. R is the alkyl group. R is a alkyl group. So this is the carbonyl group. C double bond O is a carbonyl group. To that R, alkyl and hydrogen is attached. So the carbonyl group is bonded to carbon and hydrogen. In ketone, both the carbon atoms are attached to the carbonyl group. That is C double bond O, R, R. C double bond O, R, R. Both are the alkyl group. And the next is in carboxylic acid. So aldehyde means one carbon and hydrogen. Ketone means two carbon. In acids, the carbonyl group is bonded to oxygen. That is C double bond O, O, H. So the carbonyl group is bonded to oxygen. Carbonyl group is bonded to oxygen. So now, not only in carboxylic acids but also in their derivatives. What are the derivatives? Esters, acid, anhydride. Esters, acid, anhydride. So now the carbon attached to nitrogen is called amide. Carbon attached to, that is carbon attached to nitrogen is called amide. And carbon attached to halogen is called acid halide. Halogen is called acid halide. Carbon attached to halogen is called acid halide. That is acyl. CH3CO. Acyl group is nothing but CH3CO. So now C double bond O, HH. Both are hydrogen. Both are ketone. Both are not only hydrogen, it may be an alkyl group. CH3 means it is called acetaldehyde. H means it is formaldehyde. So both are alkyl group means it is called ketone. And one alkyl, another one is OH group means it is called carboxylic acid. It is called carboxylic acid. So one carbon and a hydrogen or both hydrogen. Both alkyl means ketone. One alkyl with OH means carboxylic acid. Carboxylic, that is carboxylic acid. Now it is acyl halide. Acyl halide. Acyl, that is CH3CO group. Acyl halide. X may be halogen, that is chlorine, bromine, iodine, like that. Acid anhydride, we already discussed, that is acid anhydride. Acetic anhydride, propionic anhydride, like that. This is anhydride. Carboxylic acid, it is a derivative of carboxylic acid, so it is called acid anhydride. So these are the types of compounds we are going to see here in this lesson. Aldehyde, ketone and esters. Aldehyde, ketone, acid, that means acid derivatives. Acid derivatives. And now acid derivatives, ester. First one we are going to see here is ester, that is COOCH3 means methyl acetate. So alkyl to alkyl group. If it is nitrogen attached means amide. Nitrogen means amide. CONH2 is called amide. CONH2 is called amide. So this is esters and amide. Vanillin, it is from vanilla beans, sauce from which it is derived. Salicylaldehyde, medio sweet. Cinnamaldehyde, cinnamon. So now this is the structure of vanillin, salicylaldehyde and cinnamaldehyde. Cinnamaldehyde, C6H5 means cinnamaldehyde. If CH3 is attached here means it is called crotonaldehyde. This is called crotonaldehyde. Crotonaldehyde. So this is called crotonaldehyde. If C6H5 is here means cinnamaldehyde. Instead of C6H5 we have CH3 means it is called croton aldehyde. Croton aldehyde. If benzene ring have only OH group means it is called phenol. Both CHO and OH group means it is called salicyl aldehyde. Salicyl aldehyde. Now we are going to see the nomenclature and structure of carbonyl group. Nomenclature and structure of carbonyl group. First we are going to see the aldehyde and ketones. Simple example for aldehyde, that is acetaldehyde. Simple example for aldehyde is acetaldehyde. CH3 CHO, acetaldehyde. To a benzene ring, if the CHO group is attached means it is called benzaldehyde. It is called benzaldehyde. Now it is a substituted acid, that is aldehyde. This is our functional group called aldehyde. The carbon next to the functional group is called alpha. This is beta and this is gamma. How to write the common name? First you have to write the substituent. No? What is the substituent here? In beta carbon we have one bromo. So write that first, beta bromo. Totally how many carbon atoms is there? 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon. So butyl. What is our functional group here? Aldehyde. So aldehyde. So common name, while writing the common name means you have to mention with the alpha, beta, gamma as a substituent. IUPAC name means mention with the number. Now, and tell me what is the IUPAC name of this compound? That is 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbons are there. 4 carbons are there. In the third carbon we have a bromo. So you have to write 3 bromo. Totally how many carbon? 4 carbon. So butane aldehyde. So Al. Butanal. Al for aldehyde. So this is the, while writing the common name beta, alpha, beta, gamma. While writing the IUPAC name, you have to mention the number. So, what is that alpha carbon? Alpha carbon being the one which is directly linked to the aldehyde group, that is functional group. And the next is beta and then gamma. So, that is the carbon which is directly attached to the functional group, or the carbon next to the functional group is called alpha carbon, and next to that is beta carbon, gamma carbon. In that manner, you have to mention that. This is about the aldehyde, simple aldehyde we discussed. Now we are going to see the ketone. Ketones. How to write the ketone? What is ketone first? To alkyl or aryl group. Alkyl means methyl, ethyl. Aryl means phenyl group. So to alkyl or aryl groups bonded to the carbonyl group. So find here. This is an example for that one. This is our carbonyl group. This is our carbonyl group. Here one methyl and here one methyl is there. So two methyl groups attached to the carbonyl carbon. So this is called acetone. And the next is acetophenone. Acetophenyl. So acetophenone. Phenone. And now ketone means you have to end with one. Aldehyde means Al. Alcohol means Ol. So here it is ketone, so the name should be end with on. This is 3 carbon, no? Propionic acid derivative. So propiophenone. Propiophenone. This is benzo. Phenyl group is there. So benzophenone. Benzyl group is attached here. So it is benzophenone. Now it is nomenclature. Nomenclature means naming. Both common and IUPAC name, no? For common name, you have to mention the alpha, beta, gamma. IUPAC name, numbers. So how to write the IUPAC name? We already discussed in the alcohol, phenols and ethers. While writing the IUPAC name, first you have to write the prefix. What is that prefix? It is nothing but a substituent. Prefix is nothing but a substituent. And also you have to number the carbon. Substituent attached to which carbon? So you have to number substituents attached to which carbon. Substituents attached to which carbon. So prefix means substituent. Prefix means substituents. So substituent to which substituent attached to which carbon. To which carbon the substituent is attached. Which carbon the substituent is attached. First you have to write that. Then find the root word. What is that root word? That is number of carbon atoms in the parent chain, that is longest chain. You have to first number the carbon atom, no? Totally how many carbon atoms are there? First you have to number that. So number the carbon atoms. Find out the longest chain. That is our parent chain. That is our parent chain. So first you have to write the substituent. Then find number of carbon. That is a root word. First if only compound is given to you means first number the carbon. Which is the longest chain? Consider that as a parent chain. Then find out whether there is any substituent are there. And then next, whether it is saturated or unsaturated, you have to write the primary suffix. Primary suffix is nothing but write whether it is saturated or unsaturated. Saturated means single bond. Unsaturated means double and triple bonds are there. And if it is single bond means ane. Double bond means alkene, alkyne. And secondary suffix. Secondary suffix means first in the functional group. Whether it is alcohol, aldehyde or ketone or acid. Alcohol means OL, aldehyde means AL, ketone means ON. So let's write the simple name for one small compound. That is CH3CH, CHO, CH3. First you have to number 1, 2, 3. In this manner means only 2. So find the longest chain. This is the longest chain. Yes. Now find whether any substituent is there. Yes. This is our substituent. This is our substituent. Attached to which carbon? Second carbon. We are writing the IUPAC name. So number 2. Second carbon, what is there? Methyl. We finished writing this. Remaining how many carbon atom is there? 3 carbon. So prop. What is our functional group? Aldehyde. So Al. 2-methyl propanol. So now we are going to see the structure. Common name. IUPAC name. For some compounds. First we are going to see the aldehydes. First one is aldehyde. Simple aldehyde here is HCHO. Simple aldehyde here is HCHO. HCHO. It is derived from the acid, formic acid. It is derived from the source called formic acid. So here it is aldehyde. So it is formaldehyde. One carbon is there means formaldehyde. One carbon is there means formaldehyde. How many carbon atom is there? 1 carbon. How will you write the IUPAC name? Alkane, al. E is replaced by Al. So 1 carbon means methane. Methane. E is replaced by Al. And the next is CH3CHO. That is acetic acid derivative. So it is called acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde. How to write the IUPAC name? 2 carbon atom is there. So ethane. E is replaced by Al. Why Al? It is an aldehyde. So ethanol. So ethanol. And the next is 3 carbon atom. CH3CH2CHO. Now 3 carbon atom is there means propio. Propio common name. Aldehyde group. So propione aldehyde. How to write the IUPAC name? Prop. Propane. E is replaced by Al. E is replaced by Al. Propanol. And then now it is 4 carbon atoms. It is 4 carbon atoms. CH3, CH, CH3, CHO. How to write the common name? Isobutyraldehyde. This, if 1 carbon, 2 CH3 group is attached means it is called iso. Totally how many carbon atom is there? 4 carbon. So isobutyraldehyde. How to write the IUPAC name? First you have to find the substituent there. Yes, second carbon we have methyl. So it is 2-methyl. Totally how many carbon atom in the long chain? 3 carbon atom in the long chain. So 2-methyl prop Al. So 2-methyl propanol. 2-methyl propanol. 2-methyl propanol. So 2-methyl propanol. And the next compound here is benzene ring. Benzene ring. Aldehyde. If this is not there means this is called benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde. Here it is carbaldehyde. Here it is a substituent. This aldehyde group is called carbaldehyde. Aldehyde group is called as carbaldehyde. Aldehyde group is called as carbaldehyde. So now this is Benzene. If this round is not there means, if it is round means it is benzene. If it is not there, this is cyclohexane. This is aldehyde. This is CH3. Now its name is alpha. This is a functional group 1, 2, 3. And this is alpha, beta. This is our functional group, no? So alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha, there is alpha. 1 is alpha, 2 beta, and 3 gamma. So third position is called gamma. Gamma position we have a methyl. Gamma methyl, nothing is there, no? So cyclo, totally 6 carbon hexane. Carbaldehyde is nothing but aldehyde. Aldehyde is called carbaldehyde. Aldehyde is called carbaldehyde. So gamma methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Gamma methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. While writing the IUPAC name, gamma is replaced by 3. Third carbon. So 3-methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. 3-methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. And the next compound is CH3 CHCHO. Now it is not CH3, it is OCH3. It is nothing but methoxy. In ethers we discussed now methoxy. So in the second carbon we have a methoxy group. While writing the IUPAC name, second. While writing the common name, it is called as alpha. That is a carbon directly attached to the functional group is called alpha. That is the carbon atom directly attached to the functional group is called alpha. So alpha methoxy. Propione aldehyde. Propione. Common. So 2-methoxy propanol is IUPAC name. Why 2-methoxy? Second carbon we have a methoxy group. Totally 3 carbon atoms. Aldehyde. So 2-methoxy propanol. If not O is not there means methyl. O is there means methoxy. And the next compound is CH3, CH2, 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 CHO. How many carbon atoms is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So commonly it is named from its source, no? From its source, where it is obtained? It is obtained from valeric acid. So it is called valeraldehyde. So it is called valeraldehyde. While writing the IUPAC name, you have to number the carbon atoms. Totally 5 carbon is there. All these are in the straight chain only. Not any substituent is there or branching is there. So it is pentanol. It is pentanol. And the next we are going to see is double bonded compound. CH2 double bond CH. CHO. This is acrolein. Vinyl group. To the vinyl group. This is vinyl group, no? CH2 double bond CH. This is vinyl. That is vinyl group. Vinyl group. The aldehyde group is attached. It's called as acrolein or acrylic aldehyde. It is called as acrylic aldehyde. Acrylic aldehyde. And totally how many carbon atom? 3 carbon atom. 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms. So prop. Second carbon we have a double bond. Second carbon we have a double bond. So 2-ene. Functional group is aldehyde. So Al. Propanol. So propanol. And the next is benzaldehyde. Benzene ring. If only one CHO means benzaldehyde. 2 acid or aldehyde. Adjacent carbon means it is called thal. Thal. This is thal. If it is an acid group means phthalic acid. If it is aldehyde, no. Here it is aldehyde, no. So thalaldehyde. Thalaldehyde. How to write the IUPAC name? Aldehyde is substituent means it is called aldehyde. Carbaldehyde, no. So 2 carbaldehyde attached to benzene ring. So 1, 2 position. Carbaldehyde is there. So di. Benzene 1, 2 dicarbaldehyde. Benzene 1, 2 dicarbaldehyde. And the next is benzene ring. Now it is next compound is aldehyde and Br attached to a benzene ring. Now If only CHO is attached means it is called benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde. Here one Br, no? Which position? 1, 2, 3. Third position, 1, 3 position is called meta. So meta. Meta position we have which group? Bromo. So meta bromo benzaldehyde. While reading the IUPAC name, we have to mention the number, no? So third carbon, the bromo is there. So it is 3 bromo benzaldehyde. 3 bromo benzaldehyde. 3 bromo benzaldehyde. The next is ketones. Now we are going to see the ketones. Ketone is always present in the middle. It cannot be placed in the end, terminal. Aldehyde is always in the terminal carbon. Now, CH3, CO can be written like this. C double bond O. CH2, CH2, CH3. How to write the common name for this? Alkyl plus ketone. So, here it is methyl. Here it is propyl. So, methyl, N-propyl, ketone. Methyl, N-propyl, ketone. Methyl, N-propyl, ketone. How to write the IUPAC name? Totally count the carbon, 5 carbon. Which position the ketone is placed? Which position it is placed? Third carbon or second carbon? In this manner means fourth carbon. In this side means second carbon. You have to choose the least number, no? So, this in this side, second carbon. So, pentone, pentane, 5 carbon means pentane. Second carbon ketone. So, pentane, 2-one, pentane, 2-one. And the next is CH3, CH, CH3. CH3, CH, CH3. 2 isopropyl group is, this is an isopropyl which is attached to a ketone. This is also a isopropyl attached to ketone. 2 isopropyl, no? So, isopropyl ketone. So, while writing the IUPAC name, you have to mention all the carbon. Count all the carbon atoms. How many carbon atoms is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third carbon, we have a ketone. And first you have to find whether any substituent is there. Yes, second carbon, 1 methyl. Fourth carbon, 1 methyl. So, 2, 4, dimethyl 3. Totally how many carbon? 5 carbon. Pent, 3-one. 2, 4, dimethyl. Pent, totally 5 carbon. Third carbon, ketone. So, 3-one. So, this is a simple to write the ketone, common and IUPAC name. Now, without any round delocalized electron, pi electron in the benzene ring means it is called a cyclohexane. Leave the CH3. Only C double bond O is there means cyclohexanone. 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 And alpha methyl. So, 1 methyl is there. So, this position is called alpha. Alpha methyl cyclohexanone. Here it is second position. So, 2 methyl cyclohexanone. And the next is CH3, CCH3, double bond CH. So, totally double bond is also one functional group. Ketone is also first functional group. We have to give first preference to ketone. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is called mesitile oxide. Commonly it is called as a mesitile. You have to study this name. So, mesitile oxide. Now, CO1, 2. Second carbon, ketone. Third carbon, double bond. Totally 5 carbon. So, substituent is there. 4 methyl. First write the substituent. 4 methyl. Totally 5 carbon, so pent. Third carbon, double bonds. 3-ene. Second carbon, ketone. So, 4 methyl pent, 3-ene, 2-one. 4 methyl pent, 3-ene, 2-one. Now it is structure of carbonyl group. Structure of carbonyl group. So, the carbonyl carbon. Carbonyl group means compound containing which group? That is C double bond O bond. C double bond O. So, this is called carbonyl. Now, in this structure, the carbonyl carbon is sp2 hybridized. Why it is sp2 hybridized? Because double bond. sp3 means single bond. sp2 means double bond. sp triple bond. So, we already discussed. So, carbonyl group have a double bond. So, it is sp2 hybridized due to the presence of a double bond. and now it forms a 3 sigma bond. How it forms a 3 sigma bond? Yes, this is a structure, no? So here one sigma, 1, 2 and 3. Another one here is pi bond. So it is sp2 hybridized carbon and it has a tendency to form a 3 sigma bond. Then what about the fourth one? The fourth valence electron of the carbon remains in the p orbital. It forms a pi bond. Yes, double bond is there means one sigma and one pi bond, no? So it forms a carbonyl carbon which have a tendency to form a 3 sigma and 1 pi bond. So p orbital and forms a pi bond with the oxygen. How it forms? By the overlapping with p orbital of oxygen. So p orbital of carbon overlap with the p orbital of oxygen, and that oxygen also have 2 lone pair electron. What is lone pair electron? That is the electrons pair, the pair of electron present in the valence shell which is not involved in bonding. That is lone pair means pair of electrons present in the valence shell which is not involved in bond formation is called lone pair electrons. So the carbonyl carbon has a tendency to form 3 sigma bond and 1 pi bond, and this oxygen also carries 2 lone pair electron. Yes, it carries 2 lone pair electrons. That is bond which is not involved in, that is not involved in bond formation. Compound which is not involved in bond formation. So now let's see the structure. Consider this is a plane. In a plane, the carbon and oxygen, sp2 carbon, and this leads to the pi bond formation. This overlap leads to the pi bond formation, and the oxygen carries how many lone pair electron? 2 lone pair electrons. This lone pair means that is the electron pair not involved in bond formation. Now the carbonyl carbon and the 3 atoms attached to it lie in the same plane. Yes, see the structure again. Now the carbonyl carbon, this is a carbonyl carbon. Here one atom, here one atom, here one oxygen. So if the two are the hydrogen formaldehyde, one alkyl and one hydrogen means what is that? Aldehyde. Both are alkyl group means ketone. Yes, carbon has a tendency to form 4 bond. Here, what does this sign represent? This type of bond represents we are viewing the molecule in this side. So it is nearer to us. This is far away from us. This is on the plane. What is that? This shows we are viewing the molecule, seeing in this side. We are seeing the molecule from this side. So it is closer to us, no? So it seems to be thick, solid lines. And this is away from us. This is opposite to this. So it is in dotted line. Here it is on the plane. If this is a plane means this bond is in the plane. So carbon has a tendency to form 3 bond with 3 different atoms. Both lie in the same plane. What about the pi electron? That is pi bond. Pi bond is above and below the plane. What is that? The 3 atoms lying in the same plane, but the pi electron clouds lying on the above and below. And the bond angle is approximately 120 degree. Between these 3. And the structure is trigonal coplanar. Plane. All the atoms are in the same plane. So it is coplanar. Trigonal coplanar. Coplanar means all are in the same plane. This structure. See this structure. This is a 3 atoms. This is a carbonyl carbon. This is oxygen. What happens? This is a pi electron cloud. This is also a pi electron cloud. So both are sp. This carbon is sp2 hybridized carbon. This is a pi bond. What is this? Nearer to us. We are seeing in this direction. This is away from us. This is in the same. This bond is in the same plane. and the 3 atoms are lying in the same plane. That is, a bond angle between these is 120 degree. So this is, now the pi bond is forming, pi electron cloud. This represents the pi electron cloud, pi electron cloud, and this structure is equivalent to this. Now the pi bond is formed. Now the pi bond is formed. So this is 120 degree, 120 degree, 120 degree. This double bond. Pi bond is formed now. Already we have one sigma bond. Now the pi bond is also formed. So it becomes a double bond. Now this carbon and oxygen double bond is polarized. What is polarized? It has a tendency to be cleaved into plus and minus. Polarized. Polarized means water. We already studied water, no? Water means H plus OH minus. So polarized means it has a tendency to be break into cation and anion. Polarized means break into cation and anion. Now the carbon oxygen double bond is polarized. Why it is polarized? Because in this carbonyl carbon, one oxygen is attached, no? Comparing this oxygen and carbon, which is highly polarized in nature or highly electronegative? Oxygen is highly electronegative. That means this has a tendency to attract the electron towards itself. So it becomes negative and this becomes plus. So now the carbon oxygen bond is polarized. Why it is polarized? Due to the higher electronegativity of oxygen. The periodic table fluorine is highly electronegative, no? Next to that is oxygen. Next to that is oxygen. Now it is due to the polarization is due to the high electronegativity of oxygen. Compared to carbon. Compared to carbon, oxygen is highly electronegative. So it has a tendency to be polarized. Now the carbonyl carbon, tendency to be polarized, oxygen is highly electronegative. Then carbon becomes positive. Electrophile carries which sign? Plus sign. And it is electron deficient. So it is Lewis acid. That is, electrophile means it carries which sign? Plus sign, positive. Lewis acid means electron acceptor. It is nothing but electron. That is, this is electrophile is electron acceptor. It is positive, no? So it has a tendency to attract the electron. So accept the electron. So carbonyl carbon is electron deficient. So that only it is called as electrophile, which carries which sign? Plus sign. If it is positive means it have a tendency to attract the electron, no? So it accept the electron. So it is called as a Lewis acid. Lewis acid is nothing but electron pair acceptor is called Lewis acid. Electron pair acceptor is called Lewis acid. Now what about the carbonyl oxygen? It is highly electronegative. That means nucleophile, which carries which sign? Negative sign. Negative sign, minus sign. Lewis base means donor. Lewis base means electron pair donor. Acceptor means Lewis acid. Donor means Lewis base. So in the carbonyl group, carbonyl carbon is acts as electrophile and oxygen is acts as a nucleophile. That means it has a tendency to accept the electron. It has a tendency to donate the electron. It has a tendency to donate the electron. So now we are going to see the structure. How it is electrophile, how it is nucleophile. This is a carbonyl carbon. This is a carbonyl carbon. Consider this structure as A. Now it is involved in resonance. What is resonance? This bond shifts to oxygen. So it carries minus sign. This carries plus sign. So this is plus and this is minus. Plus and minus. So plus means it is called electrophile. Minus means it is called nucleophile. Minus means it is called nucleophile. So the carbonyl compounds have substantial dipole moment. It has some dipole moment. Polarized, no? So it has some dipole moment. It is polar than ether. It is polarized than ether. Polarized than ether. Now, the high polarity. Polarized we told, no? The high polarity is explained on the basis of resonance. Explained on the basis of resonance. We already explained by this, no? This is the resonance structure. By this resonance structure, we explained this. This arrow mark represents the resonance structure of the carbonyl group here. So plus means electrophile, minus means nucleophile. So any nucleophile can come and attack the bond with this. So next in preparation and properties, we are going to see this type of reaction. One nucleophile come and attack here and electrophile come and bond here. So in this type of reaction we are going to study later. Now it is substantial dipole moment. If any compound has a polarized tendency means have a dipole moment. It is polar than ether. The high polarity is explained on the presence of resonance. It is explained on the presence of resonance involving a neutral and a dipolar structure B. Why A is called neutral and B is called dipolar? A, is there any plus or minus sign? No. Neutral compound. B, polarized, dipole, plus minus is there, no? So dipolar B structure. So these are the structures of carbonyl, whether it may be a aldehyde or ketone. Commonly we explain this carbonyl group